Morning, Alan.
Good morning, Mario. How you feeling? Better? A little better?
A little bit. I still have.
I see. Yeah. It's cold in the morning and cold at night. During the day, it's
Yeah.
nice, you know. Yeah,
That's
so,
true. That's
yeah.
true, but it's okay.
Yeah. So they told me this morning, Monday is a holiday. It's a national holiday. You know, the
When?
banks are closed on Monday. So
Yeah, it's a substitute holiday. Yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah. So I guess.
I will still get the calls.
You still can. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on
sure.
call.
You'll get the calls, right? Yeah.
Morning, Ellie. Ernie.
Morning.
Morning,
You do need a haircut, truly.
Ernie. Yeah,
I'm getting one today. If I get
Ernie,
home on time.
the picture of that shows that you're speaking, the one in Yavne, you look terrific. You don't need a haircut there. So
I have to send Rabbi Einhard some donuts for
Yeah,
for keeping me young.
making you look good. Yeah, I talked to Walt. He says, "Oh, that's your bar mitzvah picture." Okay.
Okay, nun ches. So we talked about things to be mevatel. Like we're questioning if when you plant something that has been ushered as a neder, and then you have new growth, whether it's mevatel. So Rav Shimon called davar sheyesh lo matirin. This is a principle in Yardea. If something gets mixed in, normally we have bittul barov, either barov or bittul b'shishim, or bittul b'meya, or bittul b'200. But there's a rule that something that can be corrected means it's usher now, but you do something or you wait time, and now it's no. That's called a davar sheyesh lo matirin. Kigon tevel. Tevel is produce that you haven't taken trumas and maizos. You can't eat tevel, but if you take trumas and maizos, you correct it. So it's considered a davar sheyesh lo matirin. So if some tevel falls into a taruvis, there's no even afilu be'elef loy batel. Even in 1,000, there's no bittul. We're talking about nullification, Walter. And there's a principle, for example, beria. Like if a complete insect falls into a chulent. So normally, something is only usher b'kazayis. Has to be at least a kazayis. But there's a concept of beria. So beria, afilu be'elef loy batel. A complete creature, there's no bittul. No matter what size you start off with it. Similarly, another rule for bittul is davar sheyesh lo matirin. Something that can be corrected after time, or you do a maisa, there's no bittul. So, for example, tevel. Well, you can correct tevel by taking trumas and maisa. So, tevel falls into a taruvis, there's no bittul afilu be'elef. Meiser sheni, right? Meiser sheni you have to eat in Yerushalayim. Let's say you have some meiser sheni in Tel Aviv, you want to eat it. You can't eat it, and you can't be mevatel it. The hegdish needs pidyon, right? If your hegdish gets a mum, you have to be poida it before you eat it. The chodosh you have to wait until the oimer is given. That's a davar sheyesh lo matirin. Chodosh falls into a taruvis, there's no bittul. Lo yinastu b'hem chacham shir. Normally, there's a shir on some items. Bittul barov is enough. Other items you need batul b'shishim, which is nois and tam, because Chachamim calculated that anything beyond 60, there's no taste anymore. For truma, it's 1 in 100. For orla klai karen, it's 1 in 200. So, but here, a davar she'esh matir afilu be'elef loy batel. That's the concept of lo nastu b'hem chachamim shir. Now, v'chol davar she'ein lo matirin, a piece of chazer. There's no matir for chazer. It's usher, it's usher, it's usher, it's usher forever. That's considered a davar she'ein lo matirin. Those things are batel based on certain shiurim. You go on truma, trumas meiser, v'chala, the orlo, like keren, nastu b'hem chachamim shiurim. Whatever they are, 1 in 100, 1 in 200, nice and tam in certain things. Amrulo, valo shviyis, ein materian. So something that is harvested during Shemitah it's a davar she'ein lo materian. It's also. And so based on our rule, the Chachamim should have given a shear. Yet lo nastu b'hem chachamim shear. There's no bittul. This not shviyis oiseres kol shu b'mina. If you take a fruit, even a kol shu will be aser, will aser taruvis, no matter what. And there's no bittul, even afilu be'elef. So it doesn't follow the rule of ein lo matir. That means there's a heter achila after the zman beer. There's a time by Perush Shviyas where you can eat it b'taruvis prior to when you have to destroy it from the world. At that time, it's mutter, so it's considered like a davar sheyesh lo matirin. But regarding heter achila, after zman beer, so then even Perush Shviyas follows the rule b'nois and tam. Then it's 1 in 60. If you, as long as you can taste it, it's also. When you can't taste it anymore, it's permitted. So the Gemara is so there's bittul, because the Gemara has been trying to decide if you plant something that's usher, and then there you have gidulim that are heter, is there bittul? So here it seems like there is bittul. So the Gemara says dilma hanami lechumr shiny. Maybe there's no raya because here they were machmir, so that even this concept of heter should be chal on kedusha shviyas. But you can't learn it for kula that gidulim of heter will nullify the ikar iser. Ela min hadap shata. The Gemara takes another tack. It's not. B'tzolim shiyar delim kshamim v'tzimchu. You have onions from the 6th year, which is a dvar heter. And it got rained on during Shemitah. And it grew a little bit because of that. If the leaves are greenish or dark, where it's clear that there was a gidul during Shviyas, then asurin. Hoiriku, if they became yellow, then mutarim, because that's clear that all the growth occurred in the 6th year.
Oh, it's still in the ground? We're talking about still in the ground, right?
Still in the ground. Still in the ground. You haven't harvested. He gives a different get there. If you can hang the whole onion by its leaves, so the leaves are healthy and strong, that's clear that it grew during Shemitah. They're asurim. And vice versa, if in the 8th year you can do it, then it would be mutter because it's a raya that it got its growth in the 8th year. Lememra digidule heter malin and sayiser. Comes out that the new growth, which are beheter, is mavatal the iser. So the Gemara says, no, maybe this is not where the onion is intact. This is where the onion's been chopped up. So the ikar is already bottle, because you can't use it anymore. That's why it's mutter. Not because gidulei heter have mevatel the issue. So the Gemara tries something else. Elmin hada. We'll try from here to Tanya. Hamenachesh imakusi bechasayos. You gather leaves of lettuce with a shomroni, with a kusi. Now, you don't have to give meiser before you eat it. It's like a temporary eating. You can eat any tevel that way. Like if you're just walking around a field, you pull an orange out, you can eat it because you haven't gathered it and put it in a pile. But masrin vadai, you give full meiser, not dmai, which is suffik, because we assume that the kusi did not give meiser at all, so you have to give full meiser. Rav Shimon Elazar Oimer, Im Shal Yisrael, if these lettuces belong to a Jew who's choshed that he doesn't keep Shemitah, and maybe he planted them during Shemitah, so l'motzei shvius mutter. Motzei shvius you can gather with him. We don't say that there's kedusha shvius there anymore. Why? L'meimra shekidu leheter malin sayisr. The new plantings in the 8th year have been mevatel the old. So here we have a raya. So, but the problem is we're looking for a raya for an item that does not get disintegrated when you put it in the ground. Maybe here, Dilma, the Davar Shazaro Kala. Maybe here the reason why it's mutter in the 8th year is because we're talking about something where the ikr has disintegrated, it's not present. And we need a proof for something where there's not Zaro Kala. So the Gemara says it can't be that we're talking about Davar Shazaro Kala, because Hatanya, Elohein Chasayos, what's considered a category of chasya? You go on haluf hashum v'avitzolim, garlic, onions, and these are things where they don't get destroyed when you put them in the ground. The tuber, they're tuberous plants; they remain in the ground as is. Again, maybe it's mutter dilma meduchanim, like we said before. Maybe they've been chopped up, and that's why the ikar is considered like it's not there. But the Gemara says, then why would we have been told chosher al shvius ktani? If he was chosher al shvius, it's mashma that he planted them in a normal way. He didn't destroy them. And again, maybe the Gemara is saying dilma mu bitaruvis. Maybe these lettuces got mixed up with others, and batul barov, and that's why they're mutter, not related to this issue of new growth. So the Gemara says, "Amanachish ktani." When he's picking up the leaves, he picks one by one and eats them, and there's been no taruvas. Okay, so it looks like we've had a proof finally that new growth is mavatal. Well, then Leimet Tevet Yuf to Rav Yochanan and Rav Yonason. Those are the two Amiroim we brought that said they don't get mizbatel. On Rav Yitzchak Shanya Shviyas, you can't learn from Shviyas to these other issues of, let's say, or other issues where there's going to be bit. Why? Hoil vi Yisrael yedei karka, but telosa nami yedei karka. The whole Isser Shviyas is working the ground, and so since the new stuff is growing from the ground, beheter, so it's mizbatelas. Okay, yeah, but what about Hare Meiser? The Yisrael yedei karka. Why is there an Isser Meiser? Because it grew in the land of Eretz Yisrael, and there's a chiv meiser. It's also Israel yedei karka. Yet the aim b'teilasa yedei karka, but we have a beferish dikaraya that by meiser there is no nullification regarding the ground. Tanya, litra meiser tevel. You have a bushel of meiser that has not been meiser. It's tevel. Shezar bekarka. You planted it in the ground. Vishbicha, and it grew. There's new growth, and the new growth is harei ke'eser litrin, 10 verses 1. Chayeves b'meiser v'shviyas. Everything is chayev meiser shviyas. We don't say that the original got nizbatel. Oysa litrin meiser alevim mokam achel lefi cheshbo. You have to take trumas meiser, which is chayev, what you put in the ground is not mizbatel, and it still remains this usher without taking new meiser. And for the Gemara, Amri meiser digu nudukogormai. It has nothing to do with the ground. It has to do with when you gather it, you pile it up, it creates the doggone. That's when it's mischayev meiser, not when it's in the ground. So it's not connected to karka like we tried to say by Shemitah.
If a guy is snacking on a field, does he have to give meiser for that?
No.
So that might.
That's an achilas aroy.
Achilas aroy. So, but it seems to say that for when he asked the question about going. What did he say? What did he say about the lesson they used before? With the example that he used.
Achilas aroy.
It's not mechuyev anything, right?
No.
It's not mechuyev meiser.
Ernie, what happens if you took it and you sold one by one? You didn't take it. You didn't take meiser. You took and you sold one by one out of the field.
You didn't gather it. You didn't gather it like a creep.
You didn't gather it. The guys come past the field. You sell him one apple, two apples. You sell him one at a time. What would happen?
Because the heter may be only achilas aroy. Maybe they gave you a heter.
I'm not saying if you look in the Gemara, it doesn't say. It's just because it's not mechuyev because you didn't gather it. It's got nothing to do with what you did with it. It doesn't say achila.
Yeah, it does. It says.
Achilas aroy.
Achilas aroy.
So achilas aroy.
I'm not taking oichel mehen achilas aroy. There's a concept of achila beli meiser. Whether it's a good shaila, I'm not saying no, it's a good shaila, but it could be that it's only achila. But whether you could do business like that.
No, I'm saying achilas aroy could mean that you sold it and the guy was eating it one at a time. But it doesn't say you're not allowed to sell it. It doesn't say achilas aroy for yourself. But maybe it means that. Okay. Okay, guys, good Shabbos. Shkoyach.
Okay, tomorrow, hang on. Tomorrow we're going to do the daf at 7:00.
Okay.
Then we'll do the Navi at 7:30.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good
bye.
Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
A good Chodesh.
Chodesh. Good Chodesh.